We just docked in Alicante, Spain. Another absolutely gorgeous day. I'm so thrilled that we're having blue skies, little crisp mornings, but then beautiful daytimes to explore. Let me show you what's here at this dock. Once again, we're at an industrial port. You can see the town of Alicante in the distance. Look at all of those boats there in the marina. And up on the hill, look at the castle. Isn't that neat? I would hate to have to walk that winding little switchback all the way up and down. I see a car or two going up on it. Can you see the rower down below? More of the glistening city as the sun is coming up this morning. Let me get you a different vantage point. Had to go to the promenade on deck 5 to get a very clear view of how things work today at this port. But the gangway is set. They're directing people to go through this building here. I received a brochure about safety. Great tips for travel anywhere, like when using public transport, keep your handbag in front of you and use the front pockets of your clothes. That should help thwart pickpockets. When withdrawing money from a cash point, be careful no one is watching. Always keep an eye on your personal belongings and do not post holiday plans on social media. I also like that they give the local emergency number and an app. Through the doors, it looks like a very short walk to go out into the parking lot area. Appears to be some tuk-tuks and taxis. And I guess we'll know more as we get off today. Right outside the ship, we saw a sign for a tuk-tuk tour, and we decided to take that. It was 25 euros per person with a minimum of 4 people. We had 6 in our group. There was a little wait for a 6-seater. The tuk-tuk drove us through the town while I tried to capture some scenery along the way. We drove by a huge fountain, through the city streets close to the ship, saw the mercado or market, saw a splash fountain, which would be great on warm days, passed by the bull sculpture, and then through several narrow streets farther from the regular tourist routes. Here is the decorative license plate hanging from the back of our tuk-tuk. We climbed the winding hill up to the castle. Then we parked at the castle grounds and were given about 15 minutes for a photo op, but no time to actually explore the castle itself. Then back to the port. Here is the shuttle bus line, and one of the shuttle buses that takes passengers into the edge of the old town. But I wanted to walk. It's about 1.5 miles or so, so I crossed the crosswalk, as many people did, and headed that direction. This gave me a chance to stop and take in some of the marina views and to look back at where the cruise ships dock. Later in the day, many of these vendor stalls had opened up, and I even chose to sit for a while and people watch. Everyone is enjoying this beautiful day, some dangling their feet in the water, some sitting on the benches. Turned out to be a great spot for photos of the city with the castle on the hill. And there's a small playground here. There are green spaces all along this marina area. I found a bust of Archibald Dixon and what I thought was a sculpture of a surfer coming right out of the water, but upon closer look I think maybe he's carrying a big fish. I'm not sure. If you know, please leave a comment. The straight walk from the ship would bring you to here. Turn right to find the public beach. There were vendors selling beach blankets, but you could always bring a beach towel from the ship. This building to the right is the visitor center. I picked up a map of the town. On the back has a key with the opening hours and suggested routes for exploration on your own. This sculpture is a little two-faced, maybe even three-faced. If you cross the street, it leads to a tree-lined esplanade, a beautiful shaded place to walk, and several sculptures and monuments along the way. After a while, the esplanade leads to a park with a dog sculpture guarding the entrance. It has a fountain and lots of shade. Look at this enormous tree with lots of seating all around. I decided to retrace my steps along the esplanade. There is a water closet. It was a great port stop and easily doable on your own after leaving the ship. Hopefully I've given you some great tips on what to do in port, and if you have found anything helpful in this video, if you will take a moment to leave a comment or like, even subscribe, I would appreciate all of those things that would help my channel. This is Shirley with Shirley's Journeys, and I hope all of your journeys are pleasant ones.